Hi my lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Amy and I'm a cruelty-free makeup enthusiast. And in today's video we are doing a get ready with me using what I believe to be criminally underrated products. So let's just get right into it. Now before I begin, while I just start prepping here, you may have these products in your collection already. You may think that they're awesome. You may follow people who already talk about these products. So I'm not claiming that they are not loved, but I just think that they're in general underrated and deserve a higher ranking amongst the beauty enthusiasts of the community. Let's start off with eyebrows. I love all different kinds of eyebrow pencils. I think there are some really good accessible ones out there like NYX. NYX I think has a wonderful array of shades and different undertones that I think are wonderful, but I want to talk about a brand that's totally underrated. That's PYT. This is a brand I've been using for years. They were one of the first brands to ever send me PR, and I actually think a lot of their products are really good, including this eyebrow pencil. This is the Brow Goals pencil. I have it in the shade Chocolate. You get the general spoolie, and then you get this very creamy, it's not like a micro tip, it's more of a thinner, longer pencil that you get, but it's super, super creamy, and it's very easy to just kind of define the eyebrow. So if you're using the golden ratio method, you're going to be able to easily just block out the brows. But I just love how creamy and easy this is to use. A little bit goes a long way, and I find that mine last a pretty long time too. I do want to talk about an eyeshadow primer that I think is excellent. This is from Halsey's brand About Face. I love their pigments. I think they're wonderful, but no one ever really talks about the eyeshadow base. This is the Shadow Fix in Smoothing. It reminds me a lot of Urban Decay's Primer Potion, and the formula is very similar in my opinion. It's very smoothing, and there's a bit of a tint to it. So it's going to even out like any kind of discoloration, or maybe if you have some like kind of veins that stick out a little bit, this is just going to help smooth out and create a really nice base. And I never hear anyone talk about this, but I do think, again, that it's comparable to the Urban Decay, and I think it performs just as well. So if you want something that's like more at a fraction of the price, I think it's a great product. If you've been following me here for a while, you absolutely know that I love Nomad Cosmetics, and they have such great eyeshadows, and I think they've just gotten better as time has gone along. And this shadow in particular, this palette, I've never talked about it on my channel, but I think it's perfect for the summertime, and I think it's just generally underrated in my opinion. There's so many great palettes that they've put out, particularly my newest favorite of theirs was the Hudson Valley one that they put out in the fall. I think that palette is amazing, but I do feel like this one kind of gets slept on a bit. This one is their Fêtes de Provence palette. So it's all about Provence and beautiful shades. It's so easy to work with. I love that the colors kind of go in order if you do want to do like more of a monochromatic look. The brushes that I'm going to use for my eyes is another very underrated brush brand. It's actually not just a brush brand, it's a cosmetic brand. It is from Profusion. You could get these at Walmart. I think they're super affordable and they get the job done. So if you want like a starter pack, Profusion is definitely the way to go. So with this one, I'm wearing my little Totoro shirt here today. So I definitely think I want to do something kind of like pinky purple in that vein. And I will start off with Rosé, which has the two clinking glasses. I'm going to use a big fluffy brush. This is the ES1. Just going to start on the inner corner. And you'll see that these colors just blend so easily. Again, Nomad's formula has just gotten better and better. And I've been a customer of theirs for many years, probably at least 2015, 2016 I've been purchasing from them, and I've always loved that they were inspired by traveling and locations, and they use the colors of these places as inspiration, which I think is so much fun. The owners are super lovely as well. Always love to support nice owners. Taking that same brush, I'm not going to even wipe it off, but I am going to go into Champ de Lavande, which is right here, which, you know, in my American accent, I want to be like Champs de Lavender. But I just kind of like hear that in my head when I see these words sometimes. It's like, do you ever look at the word Q and like deep in your head, you know that it's Q with like a bunch of, it's just like the letter Q with just silent letters after it. But in your head, you're like, Q way way. I know I'm not the first person to joke about that, but I'm like, yeah, that's totally in my head. I have to tell myself, Q, Q. It's not Q way way. Going into the ES3 brush, this is the pointed crease. I'm now going to deepen up my crease, and I'm going to go into, I think it's Vendange, which is like the grapes here, the wine grapes. And I'm focusing this on kind of the more closer to the eye socket and to the center of the crease. Taking the same brush, we're going to go to Marché de Provence. Just kind of blend this out. In the outer V, just darken this up. And if you're ever concerned about blending, or perhaps you want to go a little bit further and create like a deeper or more depth with your eye look, and you may not have like a deeper crease, if you take your mirror that you're using and you kind of like tilt it up, this is going to really help kind of see how the colors are blending. Using the ES5, this is the flat shader brush from Profusion, I'm going to go into Savant de Marseille, right here. This is the Shimmery purple. Okay, now we are going to Flûte et Corset. So this is the beautiful bottle for rosé in here. And this is a pretty pink shimmer. I'm just going to take my pinky, just put this on the inner corner, just kind of blend this in. This is such a beautiful pink shimmery topper shade. They also came out with really stunning glosses with this collection last summer. I just think it's so pretty. So I will finish the inner corner of the eye and underneath the eye once I put on the rest of my base makeup, but I did want to do a little bit of a very easy wing using the eyeshadow. And whenever I use eyeshadow for a winged look, I love this Beauty Blender brush. I totally think it's underrated, and it has this little kind of pointed fan look that makes it really easy to just kind of go swoop. Using Haute Alps right here, which is this really dark gray in the far corner of the palette, I'm going to use this as my liner. And I'm going to show you how easy this is to use. So if I find the point that I want to go out, so I just want a little bit of a tilt, I'm just going to find that point and then just drag it down. And it's going to give me a really natural wing. So if you're someone who wants to play with wings, but maybe liner is a little bit too scary for you, a little bit too permanent looking, this is an excellent way to kind of achieve that look, but you can kind of cheat with it. You can kind of clean it up if you need to. I just think it's really easy to use. Do the same thing, just close and then swoop. Okay, so moving on to the face, and we will finish the eyes later. I did want to go in with a primer. I do have another product from PYT, not sponsored by the way. I am affiliated with them. I'll link the information down below. But this is a primer. This is the Baby Got Base. This is a hyaluronic acid primer. I think this is great. It's a gel-based primer, and it's so soothing and gentle on the skin. It's going to moisturize and plump a little bit, but it also has like a bit of a tackiness to it. So you know how there's those grip primers that are super popular, and those are great too, but I like this because it kind of gives that along with it, and it just gives like a little plumping effect. Before I put on my skin tint, I do have a glowy base layer. This is from Pacifica. This is the kind Glaze Dewy Glow Layer, and this has ceramides and vegan collagen in it. And to be honest with you, anything from Pacifica in their vegan collagen line, I think it's excellent. Now this is kind of cut from the same cloth as like e.l.f. has that, what is it called? Like a glow wand or something like that. And it's similar to like the Charlotte Tilbury product as well. The Flawless Filter, I think it's called. I've tried the e.l.f. one. I think it's okay, but I really just like this. It just gives, again, a little bit more plumping to the skin. It looks moisturized. I can't say enough good things about the vegan collagen line from Pacifica. There's like hair care, skin care. I think a lot of it is really, really good. So I just like this because it's a little bit of a glow, but it's not shiny. There's no like glitter in it that you feel like you're reflecting off of anything. This is an oldie but a goodie product. This is Pacifica's H2O Skin Tint Tinted Face Gel, and I've had this for over a year. As you can see, I've used a lot of it. I think it's wonderful, especially during the summer months, because it actually has a cooling base to it. See that? How you apply this is you just rub it into your fingers and rub it on like you would a moisturizer. So that's how I'm going to apply it. And this is perfect for lightweight makeup days. This gives like a nice even application, and it kind of erases any like redness. If you've also been here with me for a long time, you know that I love my Uoma stick. This is the Double Take Sculpt and Strobe stick. I have it in the shade 3, which is White Pearl. I have loved this product for years, and I know it's super popular to have cream and liquid contours right now, and this product is just fantastic. It's so creamy, it's very easy to control, and it blends seamlessly. They have a shade for every complexion, which is why I love the Uoma brand. And I'll show you how easily this just blends out. See that? It's just like, it just looks so effortless and so natural. It's great for traveling, and I've always said, like, you don't need any makeup product, right? Like, makeup is a luxury. It's fun, but it can make us feel really good about ourselves. And this is one of the products that I would always recommend if you're new to makeup, you want to get into cruelty-free makeup. This is one of those products that I'd say, you know what, add this to your kit. You're gonna love it. I just think it's beautiful. Also, if you hear like men fighting in the background, my husband has been playing the new Final Fantasy game, and it's actually really cool. It's like this very like high medieval fantasy type inspired, like it's giving Game of Thrones type vibes, which is pretty cool. Let's do the highlighter side now. And I'm just gonna go in this. Probably would have helped if I put the concealer on, wouldn't it? Oh goodness. Alrighty kids, so we're gonna put on the concealer. I was just so excited to get into this product, I completely skipped the concealer. I know this has really good reviews, but I feel like this needs to be at the level of like Tarte Shape Tape famous. And I'm not even a fan of the OG Tarte Shape Tape. I like the creamy Shape Tape. But this one should be at that level. This is from NYX. This is the Bear With Me Concealer Serum. This has a type of mushroom extract in it, which I know mushrooms actually can be quite moisturizing to the skin. Have heard that before. I love this product. I love that it comes with a pump, and also the pump at the bottom pushes the product up. And I just used one little pump, and that is certainly enough for me. I like this concealer because it is super hydrating, but it also does not crease on me. So the ease of use is what really attracted me to this product. But I've been finding that if I need something like really quick, this is a great concealer. And it's really accessible because you can go to the drugstore and pick this up, and I just think it's a really great product. And see how that just brightened up my under eyes? Like, I look so much more awake and refreshed than before when we started this video. Let's get into some powders. So I have talked about e.l.f. Some of their newer releases are just amazing. I think they're great quality products. e.l.f. has really stepped up their game. This is the Halo Glow setting powder. The Halo Glow line in general I think is just very nice, but the setting powder is where it's at. I just think it is just so underrated. And you can use this for your whole face too, but I prefer it for my under eye, just for that brightening effect. So for setting the rest of my face, I'm going to use a powder that I picked up back when the Sephora sale happened this spring. You've probably heard me talk about it already. I think it's fantastic. This is the Lawless. This is a talc-free powder, and it's the Perfecting Powder Skin Smoothing, and I got it in the shade Fair. This also came with a brush that I think is wonderful for setting, but I love it for bronzer as well. And this is also just really great if you have sensitive skin. I'm a big fan of talc-free products. I will sing the praises of talc-free things all day, every day, just because, you know, you can have a sensitivity to it, and it's also known to kind of like contribute to like acne breakouts and things. And I've personally had experience with that in my past. So to further expand on talc-free products, Haus Labs bronzer. Haus Labs, when it first came out, I was like, another celebrity makeup brand. It's created and owned by Lady Gaga, and I really did not like the brand when it first came out. I had absolutely no interest in it whatsoever. But then when they did the rebrand and came to Sephora, I was super interested in it. And one of the products that I ended up picking up was the bronzer. This is the Power Sculpt Velvet Bronzer in shade 3. This is the shade that Gaga wears in the promo photos if you go to Sephora's website. And let me tell you, this bronzer is fantastic. A lot of these products also have fermented arnica in them, and arnica is something that you can use to kind of, it's like a natural remedy, like if you have like irritated skin. And I just kind of stamp the bronzer on top. This just kind of gives like this really effortless look. And this shade is like not too warm and it's not too cool, because I think once you go too cool, then that's just a contour. She has, you know, blushes and highlighters, which I think are nice too, but the bronzer is really where I'm very impressed. This is a brand I've never talked about on my channel as well. This is from Game Beauty. Game Beauty is a little indie company, and they do all things inspired by games, and they did a Persona 5 collection. This is the Heatwave blush single in Panther. So cute. She's one of the characters. So my 2020, when like COVID had first started, we were all at home, my husband was playing Persona 5. They had like revamped the game, and all I heard was that music. I'm a shapeshifter, ba 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 ba, and I just heard, looking cool, Joker, and you're mine. And so if you're a gamer, or someone knows this game, you will know what I am talking about. And so when Game Beauty did this collection earlier this year, I picked up a few items, and I had to show my husband because I was like, look, there we go. And these are beautiful blushes. They build really well. So you can start off like with a light hand and then just build, and they'll become more and more vibrant. You don't have to worry about it being like in your face right at the beginning. And they come in a variety of shades, and I was just really pleasantly surprised by this formula. Now on to highlighter. So I just think in general, this formula is underrated. Not many people talk about it, but it's been around for a really long time. This is the powder highlighter from Jouer. This is the Rose Quartz shade, and they are just so smooth, easy to pick up. A little goes a long way. Such a beautiful, you see how pretty that is? But it just doesn't look like there's a stripe. Like some of those highlighters can really look, and like you have just a stripe of glitter on you. Let's finish the eyes before we go on to the lips, shall we? I may want to just do like the dark purple underneath the lash line. I'm not going to do anything too crazy. We're going to go into Navette right here. That's this shade. It's kind of like in this rosy trio. And I do think there's a little bit of red there, but it's kind of coming off more as gold. And I think we'll just pop this on the inner corner. This is the E27, by the way, from Rose and Ben. I was contemplating doing like the bright yellow in the corner, but I thought this may kind of just mesh a little bit more as like a nice touch. Let's go into lips next. Jason Wu. Okay, I'm not a huge lip liner person. I will be the first to admit that. However, Jason Wu lip liners are excellent. First of all, they're huge. Do you see the size of this? You can see the color at the bottom. This color I've used a bunch. I just have like a little nub here before I have to file this down. This is such a pretty nude shade. These liners just glide right on the lips. They're very easy to use and they're long lasting. So for lipstick, I want to talk about something that used to be super hyped and now I think is just really underhyped. So since Kat Von D left KVD Beauty several years ago, they kind of rebranded and some people are like, this is terrible, this is great, all these things. One thing that I think is definitely a hit from the brand are the liquid lipsticks. So these are the Everlasting liquid lipsticks. They totally rebranded the packaging and also the names of the shades and they've changed the colors a little bit and they're all based off of like poisonous flowers, which I think is really, really cool. So this shade here is Pale Harlequin. This is a beautiful pale nude. I like this for just everyday wear, but this is super lightweight. The reformulation of these just makes liquid lipsticks so easy to use. They're very, very comfortable. And they're not as drying as they used to be. So it just makes it a breeze to apply. And you could wear this like all day. You're still going to have that long lasting matte with a tiny bit of transfer, but this is going to dry down and it'll last like throughout the day if you don't eat oily foods, things like that. And it's just such a beautiful, beautiful shade. And in general, I love the reformulations of this and I just wish more people talked about them. All right. Before I put on my mascara, I want to talk about another vegan collagen product from Pacifica. This is the Hydrating Setting Mist. This is great to revive dull skin. Absolutely love it. And what else do we have? I think we have two more things I want to show you. A last lip product, which I probably should have put on before I sprayed my face, but this is a clear lip gloss. This is from Kimchi. This just gives you a wet look. And it's not sticky at all. Last but not least, I wanted to do a mascara that I just think I've used over the years, like on again, off again, probably since like 2014. And that is from 100% Pure. This is the Maracuja Oil Mascara in Volumizing. This is in black tea. And this is a really beautiful mascara. It just gives you that length and there's a really good pigment base to this. So the base is actually black tea, which is pretty cool. And I think it just separates and lengthens the lashes so well. And it's just something that's not on a lot of people's radar, or maybe it was maybe years ago, probably when I first got into it. And I've worked with the brand a couple of times and I have to say I've been pretty happy with a lot of the products that I've tried from them. Very easy to use on the bottom lashes as well. So you see that it just gives that really beautiful impact. Alrighty, my lovely, so this is the final look. So much fun. I hope you found this very informative and helpful, and maybe you'll be picking up some of these products if you haven't already. If you liked this video, please comment down below a little peach because you are sweet as a peach, and like and subscribe if you can. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers, and I'm really hoping I can actually make that like in the next month or so. So thank you so much again for watching, and always remember to stay compassionate and chic. Bye!